Hello, and welcome. Name's Derek, and I sell physical media on eBay. I make videos about that stuff. This is a What Sold video. Gotta get the stuff. And you're thinking it's just gonna be a nice little calm jam. Kicks in. Gets that, it's snowy outside, blood flowing. Suck it. So I went live, yesterday and the day before. So if you've been to any of them or if you've heard me say in any videos, not something I really do often, maybe once a month by just looking how often, not even. Just looking at the frequency of it, conversing with people in live in the past couple of days, which I mean, there weren't a whole lot of people in, but it's enough to keep engagement going. When I get enough, when I get enough of stuff, 40, 50, something like that to put away here, or when books accrue, things like that, or there's a larger sorting of stuff that I source. Let's just say that there's 60, 70 things that I sourced. That's going to be a lot. I mean, I could show in a video and do a lot of editing and chop it down. However, things like that is probably when I would. I do like that engagement because I'm able to actively answer questions or address things or which have you. So there's that. So those are both in my live tab, and the one from yesterday, I got my cat Rocket, and she's usually really, really docile. If I'm somewhere, she's right there. She's somewhere right around me. When it's time for, everything's getting shut off and it's time for bed, and I start going upstairs, usually I'll grab a couple pieces of string cheese, and we'll have string cheese. But I could just be sitting up in bed, and as soon as I flip the pillow over to kind of roll over and be on my side, get ready to close, so wherever she's at, she's right there. So she's always by my side, like MC Chris. Weed is always by my side, by my side. Weed is always by my side. Weed. WIID by MC Chris. But I picked her up and brought her over here, and like a second in, she turns around, and she didn't like do it harshly, but she caught me right here, and you can see in that screenshot. Like, oh! I wasn't expecting her to scratch me. She's camera shy, I guess. So that did not sell. This one did. This one needs a new case. Though it was listed yesterday, there was only like 5 views, and I sent an offer out on it. So I have to move some of this stuff around. That I do not need right now. So when I was done with that stream, I put stuff back to where it needed to be, and the one before that I had on the dining room table, when I was done with that ended, all the little things that I brought out, I'll go put back to roughly where they should be. But the neat spot, not so much. I mean, if you see this table that I have right here, it'd be like, you're not neat and organized. Inventory is what matters. The inventory stuff is what matters where it's at. But a lot of the other stuff, some things are out and about. It's better to know where you're going. No, what is that? You don't know where you're going. You don't know where you've been. All right? Kind of like that. That's not the intent of that one. Okay, so it is 13 sales, 453. After shipping, payout is going to fall short. It's enough, right? But it's gonna fall short of the 1,000. It'll probably be short by like 100 or something. But like I say, you can control on what you list and what gets listed, and I mean the pricing and things like that. Can't control on what other people do, for the most part. D28. Clark Gable, Call of the Wild DVD, sealed. Had this one for a little while, actually. Probably a year. May of 2024. So 2025 has passed. We're going into May of 2026. So, well, not yet, but close enough to May of 2026. Almost 2 years. Was I willing to hold on that for that long for a $42 DVD? Yeah. Oh, you know, I did a thumbs up because that one even like the really, really good sale. This one is next. So this was in one of the consolidation boxes I was figuring out, and it was still in the box, and it wasn't showing up in currently listed. I'm like, well, it's not where it's supposed to be, which is pretty unlikely, or it's sold. And sure enough, it's sold. So this is Underworld, Kate Beckinsale, with the lichens, I want to say. But hold on, isn't a lichen a growth on a tree? And those growth. If you see a bunch of lichens on trees, you know that air is a better quality there, much better quality, I should say. $20. Now comes the fun part because I got to find all the rest of these. That was there. That one was already out. Book. And so this is one of the books. It's either I paid $1, 25 cents, 50 cents. It was $2 or less. $2, I should say. Still, chances are it's just cheap enough. But this was one that it was Mystery of the Crimson Ghost. Mystery, so there's a lot of mystery stuff with the 3 investigators, mystery of, and things like that. And so when I see the mystery, that typically, and it's this older font and style and size, design, and all that, kind of caught me. I'm like, all right, well, who knows? Is it one of the Alfred Hitchcock? No, it's not, but it's pretty cool because it has the word ghost in it. So let's find out what kinds of kid stories from 1970s were socially acceptable to start talking about ghosts. Which it is, but then it would have been a little more taboo. But this is actually by Phyllis Whitney. So she wrote a whole bunch of stuff. Regardless of that story, it's, the story I'm telling, $16 for this whole paperback. So what up, 10 cents, 25 cents, 50 cents, either way. $16 is still about $10 net pre-tax. And it's all those little bread and butter things that add up, and I'm not putting that much more time in this. Seriously, I'll have a stack or a row of paperbacks, and I'll organize them by size, and I'll put that down. This, things like this. You'll get, at least a picture of the top and the bottom, picture of this, picture of the side, this edge, that side, or the spine, back, front, copyright page. It's like 6 pictures. It's maybe not even a minute. So something like this, I'm going to spend a minute and maybe a handful of minutes looking up to get the proper price for it. I've got 5 minutes wrapped up in it for essentially what's going to be $10 profit. 5 minutes. There's 12 of those. 12 times 10. We can do the math. That's just on this aspect. No, but I don't want to make or tentatively produce 120 an hour. I don't want it. It's up to you. D32. Sealed, Max Fleischer. No, just Max Fleischer. It's sealed. 32, close. Oh, all the way down here. Oh, well, you'd figure. There it is. Max Fleischer. Max Fleischer, Color Classics. DVD. 30, sealed. 14. So if you're new here, I round up or round down. So that was 1363, so I said 14. If it was 1343, I would have said 13. C23, Best of David's Soul. Well, it is open. Best of David's Soul. Best of David Soul, 22. It looks like right at that late 70s, early 80s. I can't read that size. 1984. I can't read how small that is. But $22. This I gotta get. So this thing right here. I've had this since probably right after we moved up here. So it will be the mark of 5 years in August. And that's when I wasn't really, I might have had a few physical media things then when I got this. But it was mainly just other things that I can find that are smalls or that hold value, right? So it's been sitting around for a while, and it's definitely much, much older than that. And this is probably older than I am. I don't think there's a year on it, right? So if you want to relate heavily, if you can remember that puke green and tacky colored wallpaper and shag carpet and rounded MCM furniture and plants and the smell of lead in the air constantly explain some problems back in the 60s and 70s and so on and so forth. Inside about every home, you had these little type of terrariums. A lot of people had these little terrariums, and some of those were awesome. Like they would incorporate those with those macrabe, the um, like the heavy yarn knitting type thing. You can make like hanging things and stuff out of it. You mix that with these, and you'd be the cool one on the block. Be like, that guy's got himself a 69 Charger and a macrabe hanging plant thing. He's cool. So some of these in a smaller size sell for more, or at one point had sold for more. Now, when I'm done, I'll put a screenshot up of what I can get through what's in therapy for these. But this is a larger size, and from when I got it, the smaller sizes were selling for more. Well, I should say larger sizes sold for more. This is a smaller sold for more than of what. Either way, it didn't make sense. For it's like, why would you pay more for something that's smaller? So I had this for a while, and it's been up and listed, up and listed, up and listed. But I'm not going to be like, oh, it hasn't sold in 2 years, and it's listed for about $200. Nope. I just kept bringing the price on. Somebody, somewhere. I was almost as bad at Arnold. Somebody, get to chopper. Get me my planting. Somebody was going to want it for $143. Lovely. That's old pager code for you new kids on the block. That's a band for you new kids on the block. So pager code was 143. I love you. 143 letters, right? All right. So $143. It is glass. I'm not going to open it to ensure the glass. I mean, I believe it has foam, but I need to find a box that can accommodate this. So I just gave you a cool story, bro. All right, these magazines, unless I have them down here, which I doubt I do, because I know I got some of these sewing magazines, and I put them on the stuff to take up the half-price books. And if I did, I'd just be like, hey, I can't find these. I threw them away because people weren't buying them. I just never took them down, what have you. Refund the person. C26, DJ Bobby. And someone commented, or not commented, someone wrote in chat, something like, you're energetic. No, I'm just not wallowing. A lot of people just wallow. If they find one thing to wallow about, they will. If I can find one thing to wallow about, I don't. Things can be impeding and not as energetic for sure. Got to be stoic. I was like, well, I mean, there's absolute what I just said. I can't take that back. It's done. The past is done. You can't change. So the only thing you can do is move forward. Prove me wrong. Absolutely prove me wrong that you could change what's already happened. As soon as you can, I will start thinking differently. But until then, you gotta go with the flow. Go when to go. Go when to go. When the going's going. See, energetic, I guess. DJ Bobby B built. Seriously, DJ Bobby B built from scratch. Oh, okay. DJ Bobby built from scratch. DJ Bobby. Know when to hold 'em. Know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away. When the dealing's done. 21. You better count your aces. Walking out the table. There'll be plenty of time for gambling when the dealing's done. B30, and that's only 9:30. B32. This is actually a book I was talking about in the live last night as well. But let me get it first. This happened to come in right about now. I am by all means not an aficionado in physical media. Sold for a long time. Eventually picked up on that physical media, which has been around a lot longer than I've been selling. I'm not going to use the cliche, but it's really easy to work with, right? It's all you got to do is just start scanning stuff up and start becoming familiar with what types of topics and stuff sell. This is one of those jailing the Johnstown gang, very, very specific. It's going to be a non-fiction. I believe it's signed. This one is signed, and see, that's what I said yesterday. In the live, it's like I think it's about serial killers because there we go. All right, so now I make myself look like a fool. 16th printing. So I don't know the quantity of what I want to say prerequisite, but what it is to be the quantity for a first printing, and then how many you need to print for a second, the minimum amount. I mean, you could probably just print 5 and be like, oh, either way. It's an in-demand book for something that's now 16 years old, and it's the 16th printing. It seems like people want this one, and it has to do with bringing serial killers, murderers to justice. And this is 29. D44, Cascadia. There you go. That one was supposed to have been in a box yesterday. It was not in the box that I was supposed to have been in. I was like, it's bigger than a DVD. It's going to be easy to find, and I just found it. So I can put that away. Cascadia, something we're all waiting for. The Caldera, Yellowstone. One of these days, it's going to happen. I mean, nothing we could do to stop a lot of these geological processes. So, earthquake, it's going to happen. Massive volcano that's going to wipe out most everything on this planet. It's going to happen. Sorry to be so stoic about it. It's going to happen. I mean, what are you going to do to stop a volcano? Throw baking soda on it? Especially a caldera, a super massive volcano. It's like saying super massive black hole. It's like how much bigger do they get? They get thousands of light years across. Some are massive. I mean, there's even things that are just absolute, like the Sagittarius cluster, the Boydus void. Even the local group, even our like local galaxy group, massive things. The great attractor. Massive. That's the kind of science I like because, well, if anything's going to help anything in the future, well, I won't be around for it, but if anything's going to help anything for the future of mankind, it's going elsewhere. I mean, going what? You're going to go inward, go into the planet? That's not going to help you. You need to go outward. There's a lot more outward. So I like to learn about that stuff. B11. Got to get a book. We have City at the Edge of the World. Speaking of civilizations, I believe. This is by Lionel Feininger. Yes. Looks like X Library. And getting the more heavy pictures right. Okay, so it looks like we've got me a little dioramas about these little people with wood sculptures or something. And use those one block toys. It has no barcode, but I just thought when I saw it, it's like, oh, it looks interesting enough. And it's $39. So I got it. You're going to have to fold down another box. C38. I believe it's a Lou Reed. Lou Reed. Was that Take Me Walk on the Wild Side? She said, hey, man, take a walk on the wild side. And the color girls go, do, 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 do. That song. Lou Reed, Hudson River. Sealed, right? So I'm looking for the ones that are sealed. I see Hudson River. There we go. Lou Reed, Hudson River. From 2006 is what it is. Sometimes I don't put the year in the title because if someone were to look up Lou Reed, Hudson River, and there's 3 listings of it, why would I have to put in the year? Year is another one of those factors you're going to want to narrow it down. But there's like 3. Why? Soundscapes for meditation, bodywork, and Tai Chi. Lou Reed. $45. Someone came in for a best offer, and I've had this for a little while, and it's a little lower than what I would accept for, but it's one of those. Maybe had it for 5-6 months. I'm like, yeah. A couple people have looked at it, and I don't think I had had to sell similar. So there you go. It's yours. Thank goodness for most people listening. Well, this is a edited video, but for most people listening, like, dude, shut up. Finish your video. Get your last item already. I got you. C35. David Allen Coe. All right, another country, obscure country. Not really obscure, but obscure enough. David Allen Coe. 16 biggest hits. David Allen Coe. 16 biggest hits. Sealed. 15. Girlfriend. So again, that is 13 for $4.53. Make sure I got everything. Looks like it. Well, all about those magazines. Correct. I did get everything. Now, I'm going to active. And where can I put girlfriend? Something else. Really? I mean, I get frustrated with this tablet, mainly because the tablet is fine wine. It is old. No, a book. It's, if I'm seeing and I'm knowing this one right, it's on like a $10 book. So that did not trickle over through the phone yet. Isaac Asimov, whichever number, the greatest stories of 1939 paperback, $13. So it's probably listed for a little more than that, right? But how much money did I make on it pre-tax? I mean, I'm not going to do the exact math, but $5-6. But if I didn't buy it, if I didn't list it, zero. So there's that. Let's go back to girlfriend, because I'm going to put this away. Active. And summer, spring, winter, fall. All you have to do is call, and I'll be there. Girlfriend is in D37. All right, let's go wrap that one up. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Getting more familiar with things that are a little more different, or maybe even just accepting that bread and butter is still, if it's not going to bother you, bread and butter items is what's going to keep you more occupied. Depending on which market and which category you're in, I mean, a bread and butter stereo may not really be worth the aspect to try to make $5-10 on each and every single one of those. A bread and butter CD that I'm going to make $5 on. Oh yeah, I've got almost no time in it, no time at all, and all the other costs isn't that much. A 10-cent envelope. Tell me thinking going up. Comment down below. Subscribe, share. It's all free. They help me. We're helping everybody here. Appreciate it. Thank you.